Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Haru, and welcome to another exciting edition of Ask an Aquarius. So, if you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So, yesterday I was talking to you guys about this really nasty woman who sent me this letter that I didn't read more than the first line of before I knew it was ass. It was some bullshit. And she's not the only one, you know. I told you earlier this week, this man called me the N word and spelled it wrong. But oftentimes I get these kind of crazy letters. So I was looking at Dean Graziosi, my imaginary mentor I told you guys about, and he was saying the same thing. He was talking about people sending him nasty messages and calling him a con artist and saying all kind of things to him that aren't true. He's actually a really decent guy who gives away a lot of free information to people, a lot of information that a lot of us have used and have really helped us. So I was like, well, why do people do this? Like people come online on YouTube and on different places and try to give, really sincere help to people because they either care or because they've been in hard times and they want to tell other people how to get out of hard times, which is the case with me and the case with Dean. So I was looking at it and I was listening to other people say it too. Like all kinds of people talk about the nasty messages they get from people. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, part of that is because these are really people it's really them. You see, whenever somebody comes at you in a nasty way, it's what's going on in their mind and in their heart. They got some stank energy going on, is the bottom line. Some negative, hurtful, angry, bitter energy. And they look at a person, any person, and they lash out at these people, just because they're fucked up, quite frankly. And then the rest of us have to deal with them throwing up their nasty emotions on us. So, one of the things that I thought about as I was talking to my friend about these types of situations yesterday was the fact that I learned three things from Buddhism. I took this Buddhism class. The class was called How to Communicate Like a Buddhist. And I learned three things from this class that I've seen in other Buddhist writings. And I said to myself, this is very beneficial with this. There are three things I want you guys to think about before you type, text, or speak to anyone. And I wish these people had done this themselves. And these are the three things I want you to think. Is what you have to say kind, true, and necessary? The Buddhists tell us to think about that before we speak. So the true part is what you're getting ready to say to the person a true factual statement? And in a lot of cases, the things that are being said to people are not true. I don't know what she said to me, but the guy that called me the N-word, that was just some crazy stuff. But some of the times people say things, like I said to Dean, about how, oh, he's a con man and he's this and he's that. And it's like, is that even true? Did you even take the time to research this gentleman to see the work that he does, the help that he gives people? Like, is it true? Because if you take your time and research, maybe your ideas about this person aren't true. So before you speak to someone, really make sure that your facts are right. Your facts are straight, And then the other part is it kind? Is this a kind thing to say to another person? Is this something that you would want said to you? If somebody said whatever this was to you, would you find it to be painful or hurtful? And really be honest with that. Because sometimes people look like, well, they need to know this. Like, but why? And if it was you, would you want somebody to say and do those things to you? Because remember, whatever you put out comes back to you. So if you say something mean or nasty to somebody that you think is true, the question is it kind? And if it's not kind, then you shouldn't say it. You should just table it. And then the third thing, is it necessary? Because if it's true and it's kind, the third thing is this a necessary statement? Does this person really need to hear what you have to say? And honestly, in a lot of cases, the answer is no. In most cases, the person don't even want to hear what you have to say. Now, if it's positive and it's happy and it's kind, then it's probably good. It's probably something that will give them energy. It's probably a recharger versus being a drainer. So I want you guys to think about that. I know you're not all Buddhists. I'm not even a Buddhist. But I like that. I love that. Now, whenever I go to text somebody or whenever I go to email somebody or talk to somebody, I think about those things. And if it's not kind, if it's not true, and it's not necessary, I don't say it. I just leave it alone. I usually ask myself the true part first. And then if it is absolutely true, then I ask myself the necessary part. Like, is this necessary? This person really need to hear this from you? And then if it is necessary, then I think, is it kind? Because if it's true and necessary, maybe I can say it in a kind way. Okay? So I want you guys to think about that, because one of the things that we do, remember I talked about the unconscious things that we do? One of the things we do unconsciously is we treat people badly. We judge them. We lash out at them. All from our own places of insecurity and pain and hurt. One of the things I'm trying to do so hard is see that in people. And when they attack me, see that it's really just their own wounds. Because I guarantee you, people who are healed, people who are healthy, don't go around attacking random strangers and cussing them out and calling them the N-word and, yelling at them about their own personal life, what they do in their own personal life. People who are healthy, even if they read something they don't like, they move on. If I'm on YouTube and I see something I don't like, I don't sit there and berate the person like, oh my God, you're this, you're that. I just move on. I unsubscribe, or I just, click off the link and click on a different video. People who are healthy don't spend their time doing negative things like that. So because I know these people are sick, psychotic, neurotic in a lot of cases, I try to tell myself to understand that and have mercy, have compassion. See, that's where I'm at in my development. I haven't mastered it yet, though. I'm just aware of it. So times when I do get annoyed, because I didn't get annoyed with the guy for calling me a Niger. I just laughed at him. But times when I do get annoyed, like the female, the times that I wanted to choke her. So the times when I get annoyed, or like when the FedEx guy wanted to choke him yesterday, times when I get annoyed, and the FedEx guy really wasn't his fault. Like, seriously, he didn't do anything wrong. He was just working for a company that did me wrong, it wasn't his fault. But I thought about it, and I'm like, those are the times you need to be compassionate. Those are the times you need to have mercy. Those are the times when you need to recognize what's going on here. This person is going through something, and you're the person they chose to obsess on. You're the person that they chose to throw up their energy on. All this nasty, hot, disgusting energy. You're that person. So instead of being angry with them, have some compassion. So that's where I'm at with it. But I have mastered the 3. Is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? So before you type anything to anybody ever again, if you can, think of those 3 things. Because like I said, if it is necessary and it is true, you can always think of a kind way to put it. Remember, negative messages are generally, especially by an Aquarius, ignored. Seriously. An Aquarius ignores most negativity. If you come at our neck, most of the time we just ignore you. But if you come at us with logic, or you come at us from a place of love, we'll actually listen to you. And your point may be a good point. And we might actually get it, and it might help us both. The interaction might help us both. But if you come at an Aquarius, or really anybody, throwing up your nasty energy, they're not going to listen to you. They're going to think you're a sick fuck. and they're going to move on. So listen, if you really want to help people, you really want them to listen to your opinion, you really want to be heard, think about those things before you speak. Okay? I hope it helps. See you later.